in GI surgery faculty at STEMS. And today we have an honor and privilege to host Dr. Gautam, who has recently secured a phenomenal rank of 142 in the recently conducted NEET-SS. Hearty congratulations, Dr. Gautam.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's indeed a great achievement what you have done yourself. So everyone can see the glitters of those three-digit rank of 142, but in this 20 minutes of whatever time I've been given, and you have gracefully agreed to spend with us, I would like to just see what the struggles did you had to secure this rank. So just tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and how did you prepare yourself for the NEET-SS exam?
Sir, myself, Dr. Gautam Dalsaniya. Sir, basically, I am from Madhya Pradesh and I have pursued my MS from BJ Medical College, Ahmedabad. Just completed and I'm joined as hardship at BJ Medical College. Sir, I have started my preparation basically in the third year, starting from the third year only. Started preparation as a goal for university exam only initially, but with due time I realized like I should start for preparing for NEET-SS in parallel with university exam. So initially like 1 to 2 hours I dedicated on behalf of NEET-SS. Rest of the time like to read the books and on the basis of the goal of to write exams only on university. But with time like I realized that it is good to prepare for both, and the common thing was that when you are reading the books, you ultimately prepare for both exams also, like for NEET-SS and for university. So I started reading the books, standard books I preferred, like Sebastian, Bailey, and a few topics from Schwartz. So with that, I started my preparation. Initially, it was a bit troublesome because of the duties. Like we have to prepare with ongoing duties. So it is like a bit hectic to give a dedicated time to studies. But with time, the duties become a little easier because we were like acclimatized to the situations in the hospitals and with our lives. So balance was created within 1 to 2 months when we started studying. After that, it was being smooth and effective time of 5 to 6 hours. Initially, I took out from my day to give to the studies. For the main thing I was realized that consistency what matters throughout the year
True.
when we prepare. So like although 5 6 hours or 4 that doesn't matter, but the consistent what we are for the whole year, it ultimately pays back after the year when we appear for the exam. So like I started initially 3 to 4 hours, then with time I increased my study time to 5 to 6 hours a day, and I maintained that till the end of the university. Like when I gave my university and became free finally from the burden of passing MS exam, then I the in the last 2 months I dedicate 100% dedicated to NEET preparation only.
So by this, all your introduction, I gather this was your first attempt itself. So,
Yes.
and that makes the rank even more glorified, actually.
Yes.
So, and as you said, the preparation should go hand in hand. You must have focused on the concepts rather than
Yes.
just seeing the questions as an MCQ solving etiquette. I think you might have focused on concepts and read the textbook line by line.
Yes.
And we see a changing trend. Did you notice any more of the questions coming from Schwartz this time, or
Uh,
compared to
Yes,
the?
sir. I have seen that this time the questions were based on Schwartz and the explanation also like what from the lines of the Schwartz at some point in general surgery and in few topics from endocrine surgery. The Schwartz was the basis of the questions, and I have also the pattern was like I have solved MCQs in STEMS now. Like the question pattern was typically like the skip questions or one line skip questions. They will have more like
Minus were more, is it?
yes, sir. That's it.
Yeah, sure. But I think this year they are stressed more on the clinical based scenarios also,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and that concept oriented preparation which you made, I think that would have
Yes, sir.
come handy in
Yes,
solving
sir.
this of
The
questions.
concepts and basics are were important in this time, sir, in exam. Like the more the clear the basics, more oriented you were in the questions. Because one-liner questions were not there. They're just like they're asking signs or they are given image and asked about the diagnosis. They have prepared a whole set of scenarios and then ask what will you do and what will the further approach of yourself. So basically the 3 years of residency and the basic concept which I have studied was more helpful at this time in exam.
Sure. It's nice to hear that. So what? So the resources which you based were they're from textbooks. Basically, you relied more on Sabiston and Bailey and a little bit of Schwartz.
Yes, sir.
So how did you? And reading is one bit. What I most people speak to the students, revision is more important, equally more
Yes.
important. So how did you organize all these resources so that you can make a quick revision when you are when the exams are nearing? So how did you organize them to revise for you?
Basically, first times I read books to clear my concepts and basics and to get a whole lot of information which is given there. And sir, I utilize the platforms, the video lectures and take notes from the video lectures, which was like a revision of only textbook, because all the video lectures we see are all also based on standard textbooks only. Like the content in the video lectures are basically taken out from the books. So I supplemented the books with video lectures as a form of revision only. Like I first read the topic from the book, then I after few days or after 15 to 20 days I see that lectures from the video, so it makes as a revision. So it combines both things, like it shortens the time also and utilize it beneficially video. And then after the whole complete one set of completing syllabus and video lectures, the finally the notes which I has made, I utilize that for the revision. And I basically I use MCQs as a way to second revise my whole content. Like
Yeah,
second time when I start revision, I start MCQ solving, and I supplemented the notes with us where I had lag or which information I have missed. We have not focused on the initial time. Like sometimes we read the topic, we miss only one line which is important,
correct.
which is asked in the MCQ. So in the
You,
second revision, I completed the MCQs, which helped me to better orient about the topics.
so you had a very three-legged strategy once you read textbooks, concepts, and then you reiterated them with the videos, and then you rechecked them once again with the MCQs. So
Yes, sir.
the thing how you learn. So apart from this, like reading and revising is one phase, and next phase comes to the nitty-gritties of the exam. So one cannot prepare for everything and anything. So there will always be questions which come out of the box. So in those exams, during the MCQs or mock tests, so did you trust your gut instincts? How did you walk through those bouncer questions? How did you eliminate those options? What all tactics did you use for MCQ solving?
Yes. So I have started like in last 2 months now. I have given weekly test after and in initially in test now we don't know every questions, like 30 to 40 questions are were there which I have not read or which I cannot recall in exams. So I tried to testing my gut feelings in that test only, and I tried to think what is important to think. So I finally realized that the more we trust our basics in the questions, the more it the chances of getting it right will be more rather than overthinking it. Or it is important to go with basics, like to eliminate the options with basic knowledge or and basically we have after four options, the two options will be clearly that this will not be the answer. The competition is in between the next two. Okay, which one would be the answer? So I prefer to go with basics and try my gut instinct, and it helped me a lot in many questions.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
wanted to ask. Like when you have a basic strong, when you read the MCQs thoroughly, and
Yes.
you'll be able to figure out those rule out two options. And in those two options, did you take any gut instincts and did they turn out to be
Yes,
right?
I always take my gut instincts, sir, positively, and I mark the answers with that. Like it helped me in NEET PG also, and NEET SS also in both exams. It had helped me a lot.
Sure, sure. So I think that when you go in that direction, your basics must be strong. That's why the your concepts must be strong, and
Yes.
that is how it will help in this. And what would be your mental state while answering these MCQs? You sometimes you find 3 to 4 questions at a stretch, which are all out of the box. And how did you handle those situations? Did that happen to you?
No, sir, I have thought nothing of that questions. Basically, I read the questions, I read the options. If I think I need time in that questions, like I just mark question as mark as read, and I take this question and letter out after I have saved. Look, I have planned the strategies in such a way that at last 10 minutes I get to answer all those questions which I have marked for review. So I attempt these questions in the last time because there is ample of time and there is no pressure to go fast for that questions. So I get a basic few minutes or 1 to 1.5 minutes for such questions. So it will be better to answer this that questions in the last moment, or if at all you left this question, so it would be benefit rather than to lose some to left and last of 5 questions which you might correct answer you might correct in the exam.
Yeah, that's very right, Gautam. So basically, we need to uh, clear the questions which you know at first glance, and
Yeah.
you need to cater the extra time for the questions where you have to think about the right answer, like using your concepts to rule out options. There you need to cater your more extra time, and moreover you have three parts now, and the
Yeah.
questions repeat from the different part. So that should be the mental state, which I agree with you. So, and one more question which I asked, forgot you, like you had 2 months of preparation, but many of us will get 3 to 4 months or 6 months of preparation, and we feel burnout during our preparation time. So, did you had any burnt out episode? How you used to manage those burnt out things?
Yes, sir, definitely. There was a burnout situation at the last 1 month. It was like being hectic preparing for university. Then after university, again start preparation for NEET. Like whole the last 5 to 6 months was too much hectic. But I just think back of my thing. This is I have to give only one attempt. After that, I do not want again to study all that thing. Was the backup for me,
Yes.
holding my back throughout this time up till the exam day. And
It's nice that you got to clear itself in the first attempt. So, like, how did STEMS help you in this journey? So, how did you learn about us, and how did you find the STEMS app, material, and question bank in our exams?
Yes, sir, matlab, I have got the STEMS recommendation from my seniors who use STEMS for preparation and who has used the STEMS for preparation in their time of preparing for the NEET-SS exam. And sir, I have utilized in last 2 months when I need everything in a crisp and to go hand in hand with revision and notes with MCQs. I utilized MCQs were in such a way prepared with explanation from the books. Like we underlined the in explanation the main important top lines. It helped me a lot to gain few important lines from each topic, which is much more important. So, like I just noted that lines in my last revision notebook to revise at the last day, which are the important points which I might forget while reading. So, and so the most important thing which I love are the flashcards which are given in the STEMS platform, which helped a lot in last 3 days. That to compile all the subjects to revise in last 3 days, the main points, the TNM stagings, the images, and the all the signs and everything which usually used to ask in previous NEET exams. This time it was not of much the
Yes.
science, but sir, I like revised. It was very fruitful to given in single folder everything which we need to revise, not to search here and there. And sir, the exam pattern this time was a bit like sir MCQ, which was being framed in the test and GTs in the STEMS, the GTs I have given. So it was more or same like. So I felt used to because I had given same things like in my last month GTs. So it was not a bit tough, or I do not have back thought, ki, what is this? Like I have seen some questions, few questions which were alike the MCQs given in the STEMS platform.
It's
So it
very
was
nice to
also helpful because it does not make me panic or doesn't make a strain over my brain. Ki, what is this? That's why it was a lot of help which I get in the exam.
very nice to hear that that it was of some help in navigating you through your exams. And how were the questions in SMS? Like, were they covering most of the concepts with which you had already prepared in your university exam, or did you feel you there are some areas which were lacking, especially in the GI part, as I'm faculty of
Yes,
GI?
no, sir.
So
It was absolutely, sir, fine. The MCQs were
it's
not of because we are speaking, sir. But I just felt, sir, the MCQs were very fruitful. When I solved the MCQs, it also given in different parts, like previous year MCQs, and subsections are also given. So which was also useful. Like what we want to solve at the last moment, we get in a single folder. Like when I in the last 5 days I want to solve the previous year questions, we get previous year questions separately. Plus, sir, it has covered each and every topic as I have seen in GI and other subjects also. It has covered specific topics which was more important, and the topics which are less commonly asked was also covered in 1 to 2 MCQs. But the explanations were given in a form that the important topics and information regarding the topics were also covered in the explanation part. So it is like I have read the explanations of every MCQs. It was very fruitful because the say topic may repeat, but the questions might not repeat in the exam. They may ask some other questions from same topics. So explanations were very good. That's why, sir, I love the MCQ part of the STEMS, because the explanation was thorough of everything, and the important things were being highlighted, and were being framed in such a way that it directly gets into the brain. Okay, what it is being asked, and what I have to think when I'm solving such kind of MCQs in the exam.
Very nice to hear, Dr. Gautam. Yeah, that's what we try to incorporate all the related things to a particular topic. So we try to relate it in the explanation part. So that's why reading thoroughly the explanation parts is more important. So rather than targeting like 100 questions a day in your preparation phase, if you'd focus on learning few at least 20 concepts and read thoroughly the explanation part, I think that will help you to answer other related questions also, not necessarily the one which is arriving out of that MCQ. So,
Definitely.
and mistakes, like one more question I'd like to ask you, like what mistake did you do in your, and not necessarily a mistake, but what you felt that you could have done better? What would have told you to yourself? If you're like 6 months back to yourself, what would I tell to? What would you do something differently, but from what you had done? So would you think
Like the
back?
I think also I might miss few things which I should learn back 6 months back, was like to know the which subject which should focus more on exam. Like it's like CTVS, we always ignore the CTVS throughout the year, and at the end when we came near to exam 1 to 2 months, we realized that it is the the questions, cardio and thoracic part questions are more than other subjects, other superficial
Yes,
subjects like
yes.
plastic surgery or neurosurgery. So we usually focus less on CTVS during our residency and during our university preparation, but it should be kept balanced to cover for the NEET exam, SS exam also.
Definitely, we don't have much exposure also in your 3 years of
Yes, sir.
for this cardiothoracic surgery, and so that would even we don't have any clinical knowledge also much in that. So point well taken, Dr. Gautam. So then, uh, like this has been incredibly high yield discussion along with you. So like your point, like all those three concepts oriented you should cover all the three textbooks, make concepts clear first before going on venturing into the MCQ solving capability, and then also that mindset with which you should work when you're solving those MCQs, that is more important. And
Yes, sir.
time management, as I said, so catering more having time left with you to cater to those questions which will invariably be there, which you would not seen, which you would have not known, they will be invariably there in every exam, and you should make sure that you should have enough ample of time to cater to them at the end of the time. So hearty congratulations, you got a good rank. So like what branch are you interested in, or you have made up your mind, or you're yet to make your mind? What about those
Yeah.
things?
So before starting, I was interested in onco surgery, so I would like to go with onco surgery mostly. Like I was hardly end up interested in onco surgery branch from starting the before starting my preparation.
Oh, nice. You made up mind on surgical onco. I think
Yes.
Dr. V can help you more in count. We are there to help you in selection of your college institute also. So you can
Yes.
join counseling groups. And getting rank is one thing, but rank ends here itself once you enter your college, as you all know, which you have seen in PG ranking. So the institute will stay with you for the rest of your life, and also it will shape your surgical career ahead. So the institute choosing is equally chaotic, and it's equally important
Yes.
also as you prepare. So all the best, Dr. Gautam. Thanks for your time, and thanks for
Thank you
your
so much, sir.
uh,
Thank you so much, sir.
spending time with us. And I hope you and wish all the best for your surgical career and for your 3 years ahead of your MCH surgical training. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for being connected.